Paul, I think certain genres like horror, action, sci-fi spawn multiple sequels and prequels. Why do you think that's often not the case with comedy movies, and why was Anchorman ripe for a sequel?
With Anchorman, I don't know whether or not it was ripe. It took a while to ripen with Anchorman.
Yeah.
It was a slow ripening. And that it came about was, I think it was just a crazy lightning, or the planets aligned where, we were all game to do it. The studio wanted to do it, and the timing worked. It had, over the years, had many moments where it looked like it might happen, but then it just never did.
It's no mean feat, though, with a cast like you have to get the band back together, is it? I mean, you're very, very busy.
But I think the enthusiasm on all of our parts has always been there.
We were always ready to do it. I think we were always ready to kind of drop whatever we were planning at the time and jump in on this, because it was just so much fun. I mean, apart from anything else, it's just fun to be with these guys.
And what was it like returning to the character, returning to Brick, Steve?
It was like putting on an old, very comfortable suit. It's the first movie. We did a staged reading of the first movie for charity in Los Angeles about a month ago, and as we were reading it, it dawned on me that I have about 5 lines of dialogue in the first movie. I'm not in it very much, but it was the time of my life just to be there, just to be watching and listening. And it's kind of what I love about Brick, is that he's just there, even though he's kind of not there. He's just a part of the team. He's part of the gang, but he sort of lives in his own reality most of the time.
And a romance this time around as well.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about creating that with Kristen Wiig?
It's pretty sweet. It just goes to show you that there is someone for everyone.
How about Brian? Where do we find him in his life when we are reunited with him in this movie?
The years have been good to Brian. I mean, in the interim, he's gone on to some fairly successful ventures, which is completely unbelievable that would be true. But he chucks it all away, for sure, like right at the beginning, to join up with the guys. But he's become very successful with photography, particularly feline photography.
And in this movie, we get 24-hour rolling news and kind of dumbing down of content. Why do you think the newsroom is such a fertile place for comedy?
Well, I think anything can be, but the impetus for making the first one came from a very famous news story in the States about a female anchor named Jessica Savage, and that spawned the idea for the first one, and also the kind of the chauvinist male anchors that she was working with. There's something funny. You can find something funny about anything, but with this one, there's a very insightful kind of point of view about what news is now, and so it actually has something to say, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that layer. It was kind of unexpected.
Yeah, there's actually, I feel like there's even more of a story to this than there was in the first one.
Mm-hmm. And at the end of the first movie, in the outtakes, at the end credits, see a lot of improv was going on. How much scope was there for improv this time around, and how much do you enjoy working that way, Steve?
37% script, 42% improv, and the rest was...
cinnamon, sugar,
and cumin.
And with just a pinch of tamarind.
That is the secret recipe.
It's absolutely impossible to determine. I mean, because we did improvise, and Adam McKay, the director, encourages that. And it's kind of a free-for-all. Someone was saying before, described it as controlled chaos, which I think is fitting. It's a bunch of people who are very good improvisers, but they also improvise within character. They improvise within story. It's not just a bunch of people trying to say funny things. And there's a great sharing. I mean, there's a real ensemble feel. So if you have an idea, but it's not fitting for your character, you can pass it off to someone else. And everyone just wanted the movie to be funny, and that was the ulterior motive.
Steve Carell, Paul Rudd, thanks very much.
Thanks.
Good to see you guys again.
Thank you. Nice to see you.